Hello, my very dear Aquarius. This is your reading for the week of November 24th, or when you hear it and it resonates, if it ever does. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or a lot of Aquarius in your chart, maybe. So, the thing that struck me was as I was thinking Aquarius, okay, what are we going to give Aquarius today? I heard two songs in succession. One was Blue Hawaii, and the other one was a theme song from a puppet show that I barely remember as a kid, but it's called Aqua Marina. So when I looked at the lyrics of both of these, of course, they're about love. So what card do I get as I'm shuffling? The final card to bring it all together, it was love. Now, these both are very much about romantic love. And the feeling that I was getting as I was pulling the cards was that you're being asked to consider the role love has taken in your life, specifically romantic love, and how that has been sometimes fueled, how your choices have sometimes been fueled by fear. And a fear that was very much linked to your personality, of course, because it kind of hits us all there because it's, our human heart wants so very much, yearns so very much to be loved. And even if we think it doesn't, what we know is if it starts to happen or we think there's a possibility, usually as much as though there's also fear there, there's this delight that happens. But you're being asked to, as a process of evolving and actually making the changes for yourself that are going to give you the fuel you need to be able to move forward in a confident way, to be able to listen to the intuition that's coming in for you, is you're being asked to look at some of the ways in which you have perhaps not sidetracked your life, because nothing's really a sidetrack. We're always learning from it. We always have the opportunity to grow and expand from it. But areas in your life where perhaps you were making choices out of what might be considered an immature love, or a love that was not, I'm going to say an immature love, because you could have been very emotionally intelligent about it in the moment and then kind of gotten off track. But it's that sense of maybe having made choices about romantic love and partnerships, which I think can also go with friendships too. When I say partnerships, that can be friendships too, is why have you made those choices to be with the people that you've been with, to avoid love, to over-focus on it. It's really all about understanding the role that love has played in shaping your life, the way you have loved, the way you have been loved. And what I'm getting here is forgiveness, okay? So when you look at love, love is coming from not your mind, which says, I will love this person and not that person, but love as a state of being, love as an expression of energy that's emanating from every cell in your body. It's the ground substance of your life. But if you've not lived it that way, if you've lived it in a way where you are striving constantly trying to get love, or whether or not you are withholding love as a manipulation, as an emotional manipulation, let's say managing, or perhaps love from the perspective of, I will love you if you love me. I will love you if you do this for me. That kind of love, kind of a barter system almost. So you're being asked to look at that. Where does that come from? Does that come from how you were loved? Did it come from how you felt you needed to behave in order to be worthy of love? Because these are all things that can bring you back to ideas about yourself that are based more in fear than actual love. trying to control situations, partnerships, to maintain a sense of connection doesn't come from love. Controlling it, it's coming from a fear of loss. So you're being asked now, this is about looking at your life and giving yourself forgiveness, not apologizing for the choices that you've made, but being able to understand them, understanding that if you have made choices that did not turn out to be in what looks like your best interest, or if you've made choices that have ended up hurting you, you're being asked to look at it with a loving heart to yourself first, and really understanding that as you look at this, you're not being judged by anybody for the choices you've made. And you're being asked not to judge yourself, okay? You are meant to keep, this is about an uplifting energy. This is about you discovering things about yourself that are empowering, not about pointing things out to yourself that represent failings or inadequacies or, God forbid, stupidity, because you are certainly not that. But when we make choices from and there you get another choice card, okay? So this is really about you understanding the choices that you made along those lines. And now, why do we want to work with this? We want to work with this even if you're not interested in having another lover in your life, or you don't need another close friend, or you don't want another close friend. We're looking at this because ultimately the way you let somebody love you, or the way you've let love in your life, is a statement about what you feel you deserve. So when you start looking at some of the reasons for having chosen them, you get to check in and say, am I still that person? Am I not? Where can it change? Where has my concept of love been just romantic and not based in that deeper sense that I'm not just going to love you because I've fallen in love with you, but I am love and I radiate love? Because Aquarius, that's what you're meant to do. So doing this, it's literally like pulling off the lenses that have been foggy or that are creating a blur. Oh, that's actually a perfect image, because it's that idea of, the blurred lens in the romantic scene. So you don't see the pimple or the scars or whatever, or the pores, God forbid, pores. This is about you being able to take the lens off of what loving really means, so that you get to genuinely radiate this. You get to look at it so it can leave your system as an energy if it's still there. And you get to radiate this as you make your great creations, because the creations you're making, the projects you're wanting to do, it's not just that you want to create them with that energy. You don't just want that energy in there. By loving yourself, taking care of yourself, honoring yourself, seeing yourself as worthy and lovable even without doing or caring for somebody. This is where you get to really embody that love in a way where everything you do radiates that love. And that's kind of where, well, I won't say you're meant to go, but let's just say that is a great capacity that you have to share with the world on whatever level you want to, in whatever way you want to, however big or small. And this is going to help you do that. The thing also is that some of the projects that you've got going on, what I feel is they're going to take energy. They're going to take energy because they're not small. They may look small to somebody who's got, a multi-million, billion-dollar corporation, but they're not small to you. They're big for you. And so when they're big for you, they'll take some energy. The more love you have radiating from you, the more you're going to be guided to the right decisions that are going to make it easier for you. The more you're going to harness universal love in your projects, and the more you're going to be able to do the kind of thing you really have a heart's desire to do. So I'm going to leave you with that, my very dear Aquarians. Take good care of yourselves. It's part of the package. Take care.